Ina, are you there? I just wanted to let you know that I went home early today, and I'm sorry for not telling you about it earlier.
Oh, Ophelia, you don't have anything to worry about. I just hope that it wasn't because your mom was upset with you.
Oh no, it really is fine. Thank you for asking, though. The thing is that my work is just really busy this time of year, and I'm always getting called in. But the truth is that I wish I could have just stayed with you and spent more time together. I mean, you proposed to me, and now we're going to be getting married. And then I had to run off to the stupid old office.
Oh, I know what you mean. I really wish that we could have spent more time tonight, too. But I guess that we both have our responsibilities, and it's not right to expect us to change our schedules just for one person. If anything, I'm just glad that I managed to propose to you before you had to run off, or else I would have had to do it another day. I was just happy to see the look on your face when I pulled out the ring. I always want to make you happy like that.
Tina, thank you so much for saying that. You really are so sweet. I still can't believe you would want to be with me.
What kind of talk is that? Why wouldn't I want to be with you, Ophelia?
Well, I just mean, all the baggage that I came with, don't you?
Oh, are you talking about your mom?
Yeah, of course I'm talking about her. I'm an adult with a job and she still won't get off my back trying to tell me how to live. But my mom gets like this sometimes. She just gets an idea in her head that I'm not doing something right and drop it forever. It's not just this, too. She always has to drag people into whatever fad she's gotten into. First, it was all those new age religions. Then it was fortune-telling and ghost hunting. It just really never ends. To be perfectly honest with you, I can't move out of there quickly enough. But anyways, I just wanted to make sure that you were okay with my mom and all that.
What in the world are you talking about, Ophelia? I proposed to you, not your mom. You're the one that I want to be with. I know what I'm signing up for, but nothing is going to keep me from being with you.
Thank you so much for saying that, Tina. You really are so sweet. I don't know what I would do without you.
What do you mean? Why are you talking like this?
Look, I don't think that we should tell my parents that you proposed to me or that we're engaged. I think it would be smart if I just left the house like this.
You mean you don't even want me to go to your parents' house and talk to them about this?
I just think that they would be against it and not even try to listen to anyone who says otherwise. But that's also because my parents actually don't even know that we're going out. I just know that my mom wouldn't understand and, well, I just don't want her causing any trouble for you.
You mean that they still don't know about us? Well, I really don't know how I feel about that. I mean, you're kind of putting me in a hard place right now, to be honest.
I told you why I wasn't going to tell them, though. It's my mom. She's such a bully. And she never listens to anyone, and she always has to have things go her way. I don't know. It's like she doesn't know how to interact with people.
I see. So you mean that even if you sat her down and told her how much this meant to you, you don't think she would listen?
I just really think it would be best if we didn't tell them a word about the engagement at all. Once we get married, I just want to leave my family and never look back.
I see. Well, I guess you are always saying how you want to leave early when we go to visit your family. But I guess I didn't realize that it was all because of your mom.
Well, it's the truth. And now she knows where I work, so it's going to be even more difficult cutting her out of my life. And she still doesn't know anything about you. I just want to leave this house already. I just want to be married to you and not have to worry about them ever again.
Hey, it's okay, Ophelia. Things are going to be okay. I know that whatever happens, we'll get through it together. Now, I might not know all the details about what's going on with your family, but I want you to know that I'm on your side.
Thank you so much for always being there, Tina. I'm so lucky to have you in my life. I just hope that I can be as happy as you make me.
You make me very, very happy, and I am so grateful that you and I are together.
You're the only thing I need in this world, Tina. The only person who really gets me. Also, I was hoping that you and I could meet up next Saturday. I actually have quite a few things that I think you and I should talk about now that we're engaged.
Yes, of course. Much better to talk about all of this in person. By the way, I really would like to introduce you to my parents if that's all right. I mean, you wouldn't mind if I told them that I proposed to you and that we're engaged now, right?
Yeah, I don't have any problems with that at all. I would actually really like to meet your parents. It sounds like you all get along really well, and I guess I kind of get a little jealous when I hear you describe them.
Well, they are going to be your family soon, too, so I hope that you can meet them soon and that you like them.
Wow, I guess we really have some work to do now that you and I are engaged. Who knew it would be this busy?
Yes, we really do need to make some time for all these things in our calendars. By the way, would you mind if I told my parents a little bit about your family? I just don't want them to be surprised when they find out that your parents don't know about us.
I suppose that's only fair, but are you sure that if your parents hear about the way that my mother is, that they won't try and convince you to leave me?
I really don't think that you have to worry about that at all. I just want my parents to know the situation so that we're all on the same page and they can support you too.
Got it. Well then, yeah. Maybe when my work settles down a little bit more, we could find some time for us to go over to your parents' house. I just hope I don't cause too much trouble.
Hey there, Ophelia. I just wanted to let you know that I sent you the money for the move.
No, thank you so much for doing that, Tina. Now we can finally put money down on our new place to live.
Yeah, but I feel bad for leaving all of this business finding a new place to you. I hope that you don't hold it against me.
Oh, what are you talking about, Tina? There's nothing to worry about. Besides, I know how busy you are with work, right? I'm going to be quitting my job once we get married anyways, so I have no problem using up all my days off. But it isn't easy having to handle all of this moving stuff while trying to keep it a secret from my mom at the same time. I'm having to be extra sneaky now.
You mean that your mom still has no idea at all that you're planning on moving out?
That's right. I've made sure that she's not coming into my room and snooping around there. And when I take my stuff out, I always do it in small amounts.
I see. Well, I guess that is one way to keep your mom from finding out about what we're doing. But are you really just never going to tell her what's going on until you leave?
I mean, that is the plan. Otherwise, why bother keeping this all a secret from her, you know?
I guess you have a point there, yeah. I just wanted to make sure that you were really okay with this. But I'm sorry, I realize that I might be just worrying too much, and I don't want it to rub off on you. I know that you've been working really hard and that this is something you've wanted for a long time.
No, I really appreciate how much you worry about me and want to make sure that I'm all right. You're always thinking about me, and I really appreciate it. But yes, this is something that I want to do, and I'm ready to go through with it.
Of course, and I won't say another word about you being sure. I know that you'll be able to pull this off. But you're really sure that you're going to be able to move everything without telling your mom?
Yes, I am 100% sure. I only have a few more things to move now, and I'm not going to bother taking any of the appliances.
I see. Well, just let me know if there's anything that I can do to help you with all of this. I know you want to keep this all a secret, but I still want to be there for you.
Thank you for that, Tina. I really appreciate it. But I think I'm going to be fine. By the way, how are your parents doing? I hope they're not too mad that we haven't gone to officially make the announcement to them yet.
Oh yeah, they're just fine, actually. I told them what the situation was and that we'd go to their place as soon as we'd finished moving.
Great. I really am happy that they're so cool about this. Also, I had a few wedding venues in mind that I wanted to check out with you.
Wow, you mean you already have an idea for where it is that you want to get married?
Of course! I mean, after we meet your parents, the plan was to go to the courthouse and officiate the marriage anyways, right?
Yeah, I suppose that was the plan, wasn't it? But we have to finish with the move first.
Yeah, but one of these places has a waiting period of about a year. So since we know that we're going to get married, I just think we need to move fast. It sounds to me like if we don't try and claim a spot at this place, that we just won't get one for a long time. Did you want to check it out with me soon?
Well, it sounds to me like we have to, or else we might not even get to use it. But we can make a whole date of it. This is going to be so fun, actually.
Awesome. I'll call the place and set up the appointment to go and look. Once I have it down, I'll be sure to let you know.
Ophelia, are you there? Please get back to me when you get this message. It's really important.
Tina, what's up? Is everything okay?
Is that really you? Please, you have to tell me where you are right now.
Actually, it's not. This is Fiona, Tina's mother, and you might have some things to say to my daughter, but I have some things to say to you. Unfortunately, my daughter was in a terrible car accident, and she's wheelchair bound now.
Wait, what? What do you mean? Are you serious?
Of course I'm serious. Now I understand that you two were planning to marry each other, but you should know that Ophelia can't even walk now. So are you still sure that you want to marry my daughter, even in a state like this? I think we both know the answer, so let's just call the whole thing off now.
What do you mean? You mean you think that we should call off the wedding?
Of course, but this isn't my idea. It's all Ophelia's. I'm sure that you can understand her feelings, though. She said that she couldn't stand it if she caused trouble in your life and doesn't want to be a burden, so the wedding is off. But I suppose this is what she gets for trying to go against her mother like this. So you really are just better off forgetting all about my daughter and leaving her alone.
I see. Well, if that's the case, then I am going to need to be compensated.
Excuse me? What do you mean? You expect us to pay you after you found out my daughter was in a car accident and can't walk? Well, at least now I understand why Ophelia was too embarrassed to introduce you to me. You were just horrible.
Well, I'm afraid that you are unilaterally ending the engagement, and that entitles me to compensation. So we can either settle this now or settle it in court. It's up to you.
How could you try and do this to me after finding out about what's happened to my poor, sweet little girl?
I'm sorry, Fiona, but do you even have any proof that what you say has happened actually has? Because I also gave Ophelia $20,000 to put down on a new house, so if we're not getting married, I need that money back, too.
You gave her money to move to a new house. I had no idea about any of that.
I assumed that you wouldn't. After all, Ophelia was keeping many secrets from you, but I also know that Ophelia is the kind of person that will pay that all back. So go ahead and tell her to send the money back to my bank account, okay?
But I just told you that my daughter is stuck in a wheelchair and won't be able to move for the rest of her life. And all you can think of at this time like this is money.
That's not all I'm thinking about. You're just avoiding my question. If she was in an accident, then I'd assume that Ophelia is still in the hospital, so could you tell me the name of it? By the way, if you're going to act like this, then I'll just let you know that I am prepared to hire a lawyer.
How could you do this to us after I just told you the state that my poor, poor daughter is in?
If what you say is true, that's unfortunate, but money is money, so pay up.
But the whole reason Ophelia got into the accident in the first place is because of you.
And just how do you figure that any of this is my fault?
Well, because if she wasn't engaged to marry you, then none of this would have ever happened. You did this to her, and now you ruined her life. Don't you have any love for my daughter at all?
I love your daughter very much, actually. And that's why this whole conversation is just making me very sad. But I really wish that you would stop trying to jerk me around like this.
Excuse me? And just what is that supposed to mean? Why would you even say that?
Well, because you're lying to me right now. This whole thing has been a lie, hasn't it?
I don't know what you mean. What are you saying?
I mean that I realize now from the start that Ophelia never actually intended to marry me. That's what's making me so sad, but I also realize that this whole thing has just been a giant scam. And you should know that I am going to go to the police and file a report against you.
Please, you have to know that I'm so sorry.
Is this really you, Ophelia? Are you finally done pretending to be your mother?
No, you're wrong. It's not like that. My mom took my phone and was the one sending you those messages. She found out about the marriage and me moving out. I never meant for things to happen like this. I really am so sorry.
I see. So then you mean to tell me that you weren't actually in an accident?
I'm sorry, Tina, but I just can't be with you. I'll just never be able to get away from this crazy mother of mine. So please, just forget all about me. I know that I'll only cause you trouble and pain, so forget all about me.
So then you're also saying that we should just cancel our engagement?
It's not like I want to be doing this, but I think that it really is going to be for the best.
Right. Well, I already told your mom this, but if that's the case, then I'm going to need to get paid.
Please, Tina, you have to understand. It isn't like I want to do this. Don't you think you're being just a little bit mean? I mean, we haven't even met our parents.
Look, Ophelia, I already know all about who you are and what your game is. In fact, it was only after I said that I was going to go to the police that you stopped pretending to be your mom.
I told you that nobody was pretending to be my mom. that really was her this whole time.
I really just don't believe you. Because I know for a fact that your mom doesn't live in the city. So why are you lying to me right now?
Tina, what are you saying? You know that I live with my mom and how strictly she keeps her eyes on me.
It's all an act, though. None of that is really true. You just say that so you can get away with all of this easier.
I don't understand what you mean by that. You're not making any sense, Tina.
Oh, just stop it already. I know that you have other suitors and people that you're engaged to.
That isn't true. How could you say such awful things about me?
When are you finally going to drop the act? I know that this is all fake, so stop trying to play the victim. And you know how I know this is all fake? Because someone else is living in the condo that we were supposed to move into. I asked the management company about how that could be, and they said that you did make a call but canceled the leasing process.
But that can't be. I was sure that I did everything correctly. Are you sure that someone is in the unit that we were going to move in?
You were never going to do it, right? You started the process to appear that you were serious, and then you backed out to keep the money.
It's not true. And whatever might be true is all my mom. You have to believe me.
But you don't even live with your mom. Not only that, but after finding out about the apartment, I started looking more into you, and I found out about all your other partners. All of which I'm assuming that you're stealing from. I really can't believe you. But I have to admit, you are a good scam artist. You really had me going for a while.
None of this is true. Please, Tina, you have to listen to me. I love you with all my heart. There's no one else I want to be with, but I'm poor, and my family needs the money. I was lying to you at first, but I realized over time that I really do like you. So I was only going to steal the money for the condo from you.
Only steal that amount from me? I gave you $20,000. Do you realize that? But at least you finally come out and admit that you were always going to try and steal from me. I can't believe that I wanted to introduce you to my parents. But at least now I have the proof that I need to prove you're nothing but a liar.
No, please. You have to know that I never meant to betray you. It really isn't how you think at all. Hello? Tina? Are you even reading these anymore? Please, don't go to the police. I'm begging you.
After that, I went to the police and filed a report against Ophelia for marriage fraud. I told the office all about her situation, and after an investigation period, I was told that she was finally arrested for her lies. She had actually been tied to so many reported fraud cases and was currently engaged in so many other cases that she was sentenced to several years in prison. One can only wonder at how many people she had hurt before me. In all our 2 years of dating, I really never once thought that Ophelia was lying to me. But thinking back on it now, she was always asking me to take her out to nice restaurants and do expensive things with her. I thought we were going out on dates, but I think she was testing me. It makes me sad to think that this is how my engagement with the woman who I thought I loved ended. But I suppose I've become stronger and smarter for it. As for Ophelia, I only hope that she thinks about the pain that her actions have caused others while she's locked away. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Hey Miranda, I just wanted to confirm with you that I was going to have Pauline this weekend. I was going to come over around 10 in the morning on Saturday to come and pick her up.
So you're going to pick her up on Saturday morning and drop her off on Sunday night then?
That was the plan, yeah. I was thinking that we could go to Legoland for the day and stay in a hotel around there for the night.
Wow. I'm really surprised that you've been able to stick to doing this once a month. I mean, isn't it a 6-hour drive for you? Do you really want to see your own daughter that much?
Well, of course I do. There isn't anyone in the world who means as much to me as Pauline does. And since I only get to see her once a month, I always want to make sure that we're doing something fun together.
I see. Right. Your life must be really sad the rest of the month in that case, huh? I mean, have you done anything really fun for yourself ever since we got a divorce? You know that you can go out and date other women and do stuff like that, right?
I know that I can, but it just doesn't really interest me at all. I mean, if you're in the mood to be making suggestions, suggestions, I wouldn't mind taking custody of Pauline for a while.
Yeah, no, that is not going to happen. Pauline is just fine where she is right now, thank you very much. I finally feel like I have a good balance between my work and personal life, and I don't need you interfering.
Alright then, maybe don't go around making snide comments around what I should or shouldn't do with my life, okay?
Wait a second. Don't tell me that you're jealous just because I'm actually enjoying my life since we got divorced.
That's literally not what I said at all. By the way, I read some of those articles that you wrote and put online.
Oh, are you talking about my mommy blog? Yeah, well, things have been pretty busy for me ever since I became a single mother. But thanks to that blog, I'm able to make a little money for myself and let everyone know just how hard it is to be me. Of course, I give plenty of tips for other single parents as well.
I see. Well, I wonder how your readership would feel if they knew the real reason why you were divorced. I mean, you write so much about how hard your work is and how difficult your life is, but I haven't seen a single word about how you cheated and that's why you're a single mother.
Are you really going to try and open up that can of worms with me right now, Frank? You better not be thinking of leaving a comment with any nonsense like that written in it.
Of course not, I would never do that as long as you have Pauline. But I just think that maybe you would do good to remember why it is that you're in this position.
I do not need to take this from a man who wasn't even good enough to hold my attention. And it's not like you can even say what I was doing was really cheating. I was just out having a little fun, and you totally blew things out of proportion.
I'm sorry, but if you have sexual relationships with someone outside your marriage and your partner isn't consenting to that, then that is cheating.
Yeah, you're so wise about how relationships work. But men do that kind of stuff to women all of the time and never get in trouble. So I think that you need to check yourself the next time you want to say something as sexist as that. I mean, just what is wrong with talking to people on a dating app, huh? I really am so happy that we're divorced. Do you know that? Now I can finally live the life I want without ever having to worry about you.
Let's not pretend like everything happened in that app. And besides, you were the one who first sent that message to the guy in the first place on the app.
Okay, we don't need to rehash this whole situation. We're already divorced now, so can we please just drop it already? I really don't care enough to keep talking about this.
Fine, I'm sorry. I know that we agreed to stop bringing that up so much. But anyways, I guess I'll see you this weekend. Please just tell Pauline to have her bag packed and ready with overnight stuff, okay?
And you still haven't forgotten our rules for you getting to see her?
You mean that if I don't have her back home on time, then I won't get to see her next month?
That's right, and don't you ever forget it. And just know that I have a tracking app on Pauline's phone, so I always know where she is. I don't want to see you taking her back to your house at all. Straight to the amusement park, and then straight back here. Got it?
I understand, Miranda. You have my word and I'll do just that. And I also want to say that I do appreciate you raising Pauline and taking care of her since the divorce.
Well, I'm just glad you remember who's really doing the hard work around here. Now you better not let a single thing happen to my precious little girl.
Miranda, do you have a second to chat real quick?
What do you want now, Frank?
Well, I was wondering if we could just talk about Pauline for a bit.
You just had her last weekend. What could you possibly want now? Don't tell me that you're wanting to get a second weekend with her so soon.
No, it isn't quite that. I wanted to talk to you about something else, actually.
What is it? Just spit it out already because I'm not going to guess.
Well, I noticed last weekend when I had her, she was crying over the meal that I served her.
What is that supposed to mean?
I mean, she was like really bawling over this food. And she said it was the first hot meal she had had in a long time.
I have no idea what you're trying to get at right now.
Well, that's the thing, I also don't quite understand it. I asked Pauline what she meant by that, and she said that she had hardly ever had anything to eat that was cooked fresh at home.
Now she knows that's not my fault. I am way too busy working to have any time at all to be cooking for her.
So then, you guys aren't even eating together at the house?
Are you trying to accuse me of starving our daughter right now? You know that I would never ever do that. I am taking perfectly fine care of her.
No, that isn't what I'm saying at all, actually. I asked Pauline, and she said that she gets plenty to eat.
Well, then what's the big idea of you coming to me with this, huh? You think that I'm not always trying to do my best to make sure that she has what she needs to grow up big and strong? I feed her healthy food with lots of nutrients and never neglect her duties as her mother. That girl has got some nerve crying over whatever cheap microwave meal you served her, calling it your own cooking.
I really don't think that you should put any of the blame on this on Pauline. I just mean that maybe she missed my cooking and that's why she was crying.
Is that what you're trying to do now, Frank? Are you just texting me to brag about how much of a better cook you are? You think that just because you know some fancy tricks in the kitchen that this makes you better than me? I work so hard to make sure that we have something to eat every single day. I really am pissed that you would even say that to me, Frank!
Miranda, I'm sorry, that really wasn't what I was trying to say at all. Pauline was crying and I just thought that maybe we could talk about it as her parents.
And just what are you trying to get at this time, huh?
I get that we're divorced and we don't live together anymore, but we both care about Pauline and want her to grow up both physically and mentally healthy. And it just kinda seems to me that Pauline might be a really lonely child. I know that I do everything I can to be there for her when I have her, but I wonder if maybe you couldn't spend a little more time with her as well? I just think that it would go a long way in cheering her up is all.
I think that Pauline is just over-exaggerating and is happy to have a different environment than my home to be in. But I know for a fact that I raised that girl just fine.
Well, I think that Pauline might be feeling differently about that.
And just what do you know about her, huh? You see her 1 weekend a month and you think you're an expert. I live with her. Besides, she's a big girl and needs to learn how to start taking care of herself.
Miranda, our daughter is only 3 years old.
And in 6 months, she'll be 4.
I don't really want to get into this fight right now. All I'm asking you is to spend a little more time in your schedule with Pauline. I know that you're really busy with work and life and all, so if you want, I could take Pauline off your hands more often.
No. That is just not going to work for me at all. I know how to handle my schedule, and you coming around more is just going to ruin things.
But what about Pauline? I really do feel like she's feeling lonely. I mean, she was literally crying.
You mean that she was crying the whole time? The entire weekend?
Well, no, but what child would cry for 2 days straight?
That's what I thought. So why don't you settle down and quit blowing things out of proportion? You don't need to be in control of every little emotion that she gets through. I'm a working mom who knows how to raise my child, and if you don't think I'm not doing every single thing I can for her, then I don't want to talk to you.
I really am not trying to lecture or tell you how to live your life. But I just also worry about Pauline, and I just want to be there for her if she needs me. I mean, I think that we should both want what's best for her, right?
Alright, that's it. I've asked you to stop. I've asked you to stop over and over again, and you're not listening. You are not going to be seeing our daughter next month.
Wait, what? Come on, Miranda, that's just not fair!
You should have thought about that before you went running your mouth at me. I am going to talk to Pauline about this, and that will be that. This is what you get for trying to teach me how to go about raising my own daughter.
Miranda, please, don't be like this. I mean, I've been seeing her once a month ever since we got divorced.
And now you're going to have to wait an extra month because you don't know when to shut up. Don't forget that I do have custody of her. Although, if you really want to see her that badly, you might be able to change my mind with a small donation. I might be convinced to change my mind if you helped support a poor single mother.
Pauline, are you already asleep? I want you to get back to me as soon as you see these messages, okay? And you have to keep this a secret from your mom.
Dad, what are you doing texting me so late? What kind of secret do I have to keep from Mom?
Oh, Pauline, are you still awake at this time?
Well, I was just kind of about to go sleep. I was still on the couch watching TV, and then I saw my phone light up with your message. Did you try calling me or something? What's this you want to talk about, Dad?
Pauline, I need you to get out of the house right away. I want you to go and pack your bag with just essentials, okay?
What do you mean, what's going on?
It's okay, Pauline. I know all about what's been going on. And I just want to say that I'm so sorry that I've never noticed before.
Dad, are you sure about this?
Pauline, can you tell me if Mommy's in the house with you right now?
Why do you ask? What's going on?
Pauline, please, there's nothing to be scared of. I know what's been going on there. And I finally realized what you were trying to tell me the last time that we were together.
So you mean that I don't have to lie to you anymore, Daddy?
That's right, there's no use in that anymore. And again, I'm so sorry that I wasn't there for you before. But from now on, you're gonna come and live with me, okay?
But Mom is really scary. Anytime I tell her that I want to go and live with you, she gets really mad at me. Mommy says that if I go and live with you, that you'll get bored of me and throw me out on the street.
Pauline, you don't have to listen to a single word that your mom says to you. I know that your mom is never home and that she never ever cooks for you, right? That's bad, sweetie. Your mom shouldn't be treating you like that. I know that this is going to be hard for a while, but things are going to be better for you if you're here with me.
You mean it, Daddy? That you're really going to live with you?
That's right, and I'm never ever going to leave you ever again. There might be some days when I come home from work late, but I'm never going to leave you alone all night. And I'll make sure to cook for you every single day. You don't have to listen to your mom's lies anymore. You've been so strong, and I'm very proud of you.
Daddy, thank you so much. I've wanted to live with you for so long.
I know that I should have realized that a long time ago. But we're gonna make things right now, okay? I'm parked downstairs in the parking lot right now. Be a good girl, pack your bags, and come outside, okay? I would come inside and help, but then I think that you could get into some big trouble. So you have to do this by yourself.
Okay, Daddy, I'll pack my bags and then I'll go outside.
Miranda, you and I have got to have a little chat.
What do you want, you jerk? I am busy right now. If this is about seeing Pauline, then the answer is no. I already told you that you wouldn't be seeing her next month. Now, you are going to drop this now, or you won't see her for the month after that, too.
I'm not worried about asking you to see Pauline ever again.
And just what is that supposed to mean? Did you finally find a girlfriend or something? Honestly, you men are all the same. You find another girl in your life and you kick us all to the curb. But you are going to pay child support, know that.
I'm not going to be paying a single cent, actually.
You really have some nerve texting me just to say all of this, you know that?
Well, the reason I'm not going to pay you is because you don't need the money.
Excuse me? You have no idea how hard it is being a single mother. Do you really think that I don't need the child support? Do you really care so little about your own daughter? You're not even good enough to be her father. I am going to write all about you in my blog, you jerk. And then everyone is going to know about how you hate your daughter and refuse to pay child support. You are going to be ruined.
I think that you're misunderstanding what's going on right now. I mean that I'm not going to pay you because I'm taking care of Pauline right now.
What on earth are you talking about, you crazy person?
I take that you still haven't gotten home then, right?
I have no idea what you mean by that.
Well then, I'm here to tell you that Pauline and I are both together right now. I picked her up at your place last night.
You did what? What is the matter with you? Don't you realize what you've done? I am going to call the police and you are going to be thrown in jail.
Oh, you're more than welcome to call the police, Miranda. But know that I'm going to fight you every step of the way.
Fight me? On what grounds, Frank?
How about the fact that you aren't doing anything to raise our daughter at all? I know that you're working, but you're also just letting strange men come in and out of your place. I've been looking into all of what you've been doing this whole week.
You mean you've been spying on me?
I knew that there was something up the day that Pauline was crying in front of me. But now I realize that you're barely spending any time at home and that you've just been giving Pauline bags of chips for dinner. The only thing you ever do for her is wash her when she starts to stink so nobody asks too many questions. But now I know that you haven't been any kind of mother to her at all. I hear that she hardly even shows up to her preschool.
Wait, no, you don't get it. She's just been sick and hasn't been able to have big meals or go to school.
Don't even bother, I already heard it all from Pauline herself. Why even bother lying anymore? I'm gonna take custody of Pauline. I've already called the CPS and cleared it with them. So go ahead and call the cops, see what happens.
I don't believe you. You really think that you can get custody from me?
You've barely even been home since we got divorced. Do you really care so little about your own daughter? How dare you go on and on to me about how much you do when it's been nothing?
Wait, no, please, you can't take my daughter away from me.
You abused having custody over her and used it to make her obey you. Well, no, it's not going to work.
Please, she can live with you and you can raise her, but I need to have custody.
And just what would have even been the point of having custody of her then? If you don't even care if she lives with you, then why even bother keeping it, huh?
Because what kind of mother doesn't have custody over their own child? It's unheard of.
Are you kidding me? Is that it?
Yeah, I mean, just look around. Women always get custody of the kids. How do you think it's going to make me look if I don't?
So that's what this is all about, huh? You're just concerned about how you look in all this.
Please, my job was just getting on track and everyone knows me online for being a single mom. What are people going to say when they find out I don't even have custody of my child?
This is just stupid. I really can't believe you. You're not even gonna be a good parent to her. You were just using your daughter as a tool for your own self-image. Well, not anymore. After that, CPS called Miranda to let her know that she was being stripped of her custody of Pauline, and that it was being transferred to me. It was only a few weeks later that a keen observer on Miranda's website picked up that she wasn't a single mother anymore and she didn't even have custody of her child. When that happened, the website traffic plummeted, and she lost the one thing that had kept her ego alive since our divorce. I hear that even her parents found out that she lost Pauline, and when they asked why, she cracked and told them the truth, which only made them more upset. As for Pauline and I took her to a nutritionist and we're on a diet to help rebuild her strength. We both had to make big adjustments since she moved in with me, but more than anything, I'm just glad that my daughter's in a safe environment and away from Miranda. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.